GM. All right. Can you all hear me all right? We good? We back? All right. I think we're back. It's good to have you guys back. Good to be doing this again. Trying to get more regular with the streaming. We got a full 26 concurrent viewers in here, man. We're 39. We're killing it. Wow. You know, one of these days, I laugh whenever I see numbers like that. Who knows? Maybe we'll get up to 100 during this. But, like, you know, peak bull market, this will be thousands. Especially, like, who does a stream that has 40 people on it where they give away? I think last time I gave away 5K, we only had a peak of 100 concurrent viewers. So, I mean, trying different times of the day, trying different things. We got a lot of different things to talk through today as well. So gonna be diving into the markets, what all's happening, whatever you guys want me to talk about as well. NFTs have been heating up, so I thought it'd be a little bit interesting to kind of dive into that. We can talk a little bit about what's happening across the market as well, where we are right now, you know, what I'm seeing, and yeah, you know, I don't know, like a lot of random things. More than anything else, I just wanted to get on and have a conversation with you guys. Yeah, Jared, I did. I promise. I gave away 5K the other day. I mean, it was worth of a meme coin, right? But like, you know, anybody could have cashed that out for USD. I think actually it's worth more than 5K at this point in time for what I did give out. So slightly. So today I'm going to give away another 1K. But before we get going any further, just a couple things I want you guys to do. Step number one, go over to X. Go to my profile, so Crypto Kaleo there. Hit that like button. After you've hit the like button, hit the repost button. It won't hurt you to do it. And then drop a comment. Just click right there. Drop any comment you want. I mean, you can drop... you can drop Matt Crow's 7 rocket emojis. You can drop whatever the heck you want me to talk about during today's space as well. I say space, I mean stream, whatever. It's all the same thing. But I mean, what that does is it basically just helps get the word out. Elon hates whenever you post any external links for algos. So just helps get it out there to more people. And you know, like my YouTube subscribership is still growing. I think I only have 5,700 subs right now. You know, slowly but surely we're building that up. PTC will never go below 50K again. All right, Eduardo. Well, you know, I hope you're right. I wouldn't mind it going beneath 50K again. I really don't care one way or the other because either way, we're going up this year. All right. Oh, shoot. We're up to 80. I appreciate it. Whoever drops some retweets or whatever else, you guys are badass. Thank you very much for it. Step number 2. So you guys have already done this. You've liked it. You've retweeted. I'm seeing those numbers pop. Appreciate it. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. Okay. We've got some comments in here. Thank you, Slim. Yeah, I can never pronounce your name. I'm just going to say Ebub. Ebub's the easiest. And then Kill Strike, but like the kill has been killed. Wanky Stanks from Jared. Thank you again, Jared. Spicy, good to see you. Ref, thanks again. Joel, good to see you on there as well. Loft, good to see you. I mean, yeah, you guys are just like, you know, if you want to pop up on the stream, it's easy. Just drop a comment right now. I mean, I see the comments on the YouTube channel stream as well, so we're seeing all that going. But again, you guys are helping out here. Love BTC Art. Puneeth, good to see you. Joao, good to see you. Rocket, good to see you. Yeah, I can talk about the arena point system when I get to the arena stuff. And just FYI, so we'll get to that here in a second. So, okay, now that we've done that, obviously, if you guys want to be able to comment on this stream, step number 2 is going to that bottom right-hand corner. At least I think it's the bottom right-hand corner. Press like on the video, press the thumbs up, and press sub. So drop all those things. You're helping me with the YouTube algo, the X algo. You're helping the stream in general. So I appreciate you guys. Definitely helpful. I'm not giving away anything yet, so if anybody starts begging right now, then You know, like I'm just going to mute you for the rest of the stream. It's that simple. But let's see. What else do we have going on right now? So we got all that knocked out of the way. I guess the last step is if you can check on the comments section. When I do give away the 1K later, I am going to tip it in the arena. So just, you know, if you don't have an arena account, really simple. You just go down there, click the link in the description of this YouTube video. Don't follow any other links. And then connect your X account to it, and it just automatically creates it. And then from there, I'll, you know, send the tips. Okay. Dang it, dude. Okay, I've been having some issues with Chrome, and we're back. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to the chart. Why not? Like, let's just talk about what Bitcoin's doing, where it is right now, what's happening here. You know, dude, let's go to BLX. So BLX is just a brave, you know, we're going to hide everything on the drawing. Oh, wait. Hide all the drawings. Make it a little bit cleaner for y'all. Dude, how clean is this? How beautiful is this chart in general? You know, like, let's appreciate first off the linear scale so you guys can appreciate a little bit more when you see this zoomed out to the log, what's happening here. All this looks like absolute nothing. Remember that. I mean, heck, even this period right here from 2017 through 2020 looks like nothing now. And, you know, if you were around back then, this is about where I ended up. Actually, shoot, right there is where I really joined the space. And just seeing this growth from here to there was the most insane thing in the world. And bro, look at this. Look at this. You ready? You know, as far as the overall, oh shoot, I just added all these drawings back. You know, I mean, point being, that's 20K. We're going to get rid of all the drawings again. We can add those back in a second. But like, that's 20K. Dude, we've already seen that just in the past couple months, and we're not even a new all-time highs yet. So, you know, like, y'all don't realize how privileged you are to be in the position that you are this early before the next bull market really kicks off. And in a sense, it already has. In a sense, it already has. But like, we're just not in the heart of it yet. And I say in a sense it already has because we're not there at the bottom. Yo, Tom Crown, good to see you in here, my man. I appreciate you being up here with us as well. I'm just trying to get on your level on here. Like the lowest crypto traffic in years. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, Tom, I don't know. I don't know what it's like on YouTube anymore. I don't know the best place to stream. I just feel like YouTube, I'm just lazy. I go with it because I feel like it has the most reach as far as the diversity for not just streaming, but if you want to publish videos, which like I need to publish more videos. So when ARF XR, bro, I've got a sad story to tell about my sappy seals. It is a sappy story. I used to have a few. I love the seals. You know, it goes along with my penguin story, but we'll get to that when we talk about NFTs here in a bit, which we are going to talk some more about NFTs in a bit because NFTs are hot. I just like want to talk a little bit about the market, where we are right now again as well. So, okay, we made this log. Again, all this stuff that we, you know, looked at a minute ago that kind of looks like nothing. When you see it zoomed out, you see the real progression of what it looked like in real time. You know, what these type of moves really felt like. You know, all the way from 7 cents up to $52,000 just about, right? You know, 69,420 to be exact for the peak of where BTC topped out. Yeah, you know, like we're in a good spot. Point being, we are in this type of range right here. I think that, you know, over the next couple of years, we've got a lot of growth. You know, again, right there is where we are, right there, right there. You know, there's a lot of upside to be had. I really think right now is like, you shouldn't care whether BTC is back below 50K tomorrow or above 50K tomorrow, because realistically, again, all this type of stuff here beneath the previous all-time high, when you were on this leg up from the base, it was just noise. So noise, right? Noise again, yeah, we're going to have a little bit more chop. Nothing is up only every single candle except for a honeypot. So we're going to just continue to slowly grind higher until it's not slow anymore, right? Like, everybody that's waiting for these dips back down, I don't know if there's anybody that's crazy enough to say that we're still dipping down to 12K. Imagine what that looks like. And you know what? I'm going to leave the drawings on for a minute. I've left these drawings up forever. I drew these white lines back in 2022 after the FTX collapse, and it was simple, and it still is, right? This is what's happening. We're going up. We're continuing to climb. It's going to continue to do that. I drew these circles before because, again, we're in this circle. All the pre-halving price action, just noise, right? Hey, even if we did get a dip like that, where somehow COVID 3.0 or 17.0, whatever we're on right now, happens again, and we nuke back to 30K, who cares? If anything, be excited for it, because it's an amazing opportunity, because we're still heading up here post-halving. So a lot of cool stuff coming. Again, short-term focus is nonsense, like my boy Ted said. So, yeah, crypto market hits $2 trillion market cap today. Let's go ahead or not crypto. I need to type in total. Let's go ahead and go and check that out. So it hit 2 trill and it bounced back down off it. Obviously the last time I checked that was looking from there to what the all-time high was. I guess I haven't pulled this chart up since September. But the crypto total market cap, as much as people like looking at this, and it's cool to look at, it's just, it's practically just the top 3, a conglomerate of it, right? Everything else beneath it is noise. It's slowly growing as you continue to get alts plugged in there. But this is really just a reflection of Bitcoin. If anything, I like looking at total 3, where it excludes Bitcoin and ETH. This, I think, tells me a little bit more about what's happening as far as just altcoins and all that type of stuff is concerned. But really simple to look at where we are right now versus where we were then. Where was the last halving? Last halving was in May of 20. Okay, right about there. We're ahead of schedule. It's that simple. We're ahead of schedule compared to where we were last halving. Lots of bullish catalysts. Again, when you're talking about the inflows to the overall crypto ecosystem, just from the ETF perspective, where we tapped into, a multi-trillion-dollar fund of resources to be able to invest in Bitcoin that we haven't seen before. Same with ETH coming up with the ETF that, I will be shocked. I gave it a 90-something% chance of approval at this point, with the type of, everything that you see that's pointing right now, all of the different precursors to the BTC ETF being approved, all those different things are happening with ETH as well. And guess what happens after ETH is approved? Same thing as Bitcoin, more capital inflow to the overall crypto ecosystem that we have not seen in other bull markets. So the overall upside that you have is just, I'm telling you, it is going to put the other bull markets, as crazy as they have felt, to shame. And where you're really going to see it is on the fringes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, man. So if you can't tell, I'm incredibly bullish, as I have been for a while. I have to make fun of myself for a second real quick, because... Dude, I tweeted about Pepe yesterday, and I hate myself. And you guys, I deserve all of the shit that I get for this. Because it is true. I had somebody that commented on there, Kaleo, you've tried this 17 times, and all 17 of them, they've gone straight down from where you've tweeted it. And it's true. I hate Pepe with a passion, and yet somehow I'm addicted to posting about it. I don't know why I still have the bag, but it's like I publish a Pepe chart and the market goes down, and lo and behold, it happened again yesterday. So I'll make fun of myself. I'm not going to be the guy that's out here and says that I'm some perfect whatever. I have not in the least sense. I've got a good feel for where we're going high time frame, but F Pepe, I am wrong on certain things, and that was one of them. But good to see you guys in here. Good to see you, Ref. Good to see you, Black Wolf, Yagami. William, Tomris. Let's see. Appreciate having all you guys up and in here. Okay, let's talk a little bit about NFTs because, NFTs, again, if we're talking about this capital inflow, you have to think about what has the most potential to grow in this space. You got to look at it from a few different angles. What's the most intuitive for the average person to understand? What can go the most viral from that aspect, right? And, what has the least regulatory friction? And in all honesty, what checks the box on both? It's NFTs. Because, trying to describe to somebody why they should buy some coin that has a dog or whatever on it, like, why not a picture of a dog that is this collectible that relates to the people that are gamers? Something that can be used as an in-game item. As far as tracking and tracing scarcity and digital ownership combined, I just think it's so much more intuitive, right? So you've got all that, and you've got the total market cap of NFTs as a whole right now, which is, under $20 billion. I need to go and look and see exactly what it is. Heck, we might even be under 10 billion for all I know. I need to go through and look at that. But, point being, it is a drop in the bucket compared to, the total crypto market cap is 2 trillion. All of these alts right here are 500 and something $billion. And you've got something that is less than 1% of that, or actually, not 1%, less than 10% of that, that's sitting there on the fringes. People just, why would you care and focus your efforts on that if you were a regulator versus this or versus the others that are sitting there at the top, right? You're going to focus your efforts here. So what does that do? It allows for a lot more growth on the fringes. And, there are a lot of people that are just discounting the upside potential for it. As much as NFTs can suffer from their lack of liquidity whenever things are going down, because it just feels like there is no bid. And, they're not fractionalized, except for I know we've got the 404 standard that's coming out that might change things a little bit. But point being, classic NFTs are not fractionalized. And they're treated differently. When you're collecting art, when you're collecting other stuff like that, do you hear about somebody that goes to, that is going to Art Basel and they go to Scope and they ask an artist, okay, let me purchase this, but how liquid is the marketplace? Could I realize 100% of my value tomorrow if I wanted by just dumping it on X exchange? No, they don't, right? They go through and they are calculating, man, who is this artist? What is this piece? How does it resonate with me? How is it something that I value, can appreciate myself, be able to display for others, to be able to, in a sense, just like what we do with NFTs, with what we've seen with various PFP collections, ascribe it to our identities. And, most of the time, though, a lot of these artists will say, yes, if you do not sell, there is some type of marketplace for this. If you ever need to sell it, contact me. We've got people that are lined up for these pieces, but it takes time. Right? It's the same type of thing with NFTs. It's just what you have mixed into it. You have these different traders along with the collectors that are there for the flip. And again, what that leads to is a little bit more pressure on the downside whenever things are trending down. But again, on the upside, you've got all these people that are built in loyal community members to believe in the art. They believe in whatever, the underlying principle of that collection is. They've ascribed it to their identities, and now there is a much lower float for what's actually out there tradable on the upside. So it just leads to a lot more explosive growth because it doesn't take much capital infused to really get these things to start moving in the same type of sense. So, for the people that are out here that are like, man, Kaleo, NFTs, they just seem like such a scam. Bro, think about what you're saying. What is the difference between an NFT, which is a picture that actually has something behind it, and whatever meme coin that you're backing? You don't realize the hypocrisy and the irony of your statements, but it's there. So anyway, again, like I want to look, for instance, let's talk about Sappy Seals, because Sappy Seals are a collection that perfect example of this over the past few days, right? Like, let's look at the chart for Sappy Seals here. We'll zoom out, look at it from the weekly perspective. So Sappy Seals right now, floor 1.12 ETH. Again, look at this. So they've hit up to that high one before. But they've been trading down in this sub 1 ETH category for a long time, right? And from that perspective, you can look at this, man, you've had since March of this year, even longer, to buy in this, nice little rounded bottom. You're like, what's the rush of really collecting one of these under 1 ETH? Because, it's taken this long. How long is it truly going to take for them to be able to send past it? Now, let's flip to the daily. Actually, we'll get a little bit more clarity here from, 4 hour, just out of nowhere. A couple days ago, boom, you see this spike of volume, and boom, they send a 1 point something ETH. And yeah, anytime you get a move that's that type of a leg up, you're going to have a few people that end up taking profit along the way that have either sold here, or maybe they've purchased down here, and that's good enough for them. But point being, that was nearly a 2x in a couple of days. It does not take much capital infusion. It does not take much time for a bunch of these collections that have some type of life, that have existed throughout the bear market, that have had that energy that is permeated onto the timeline, to be able to catch a bid and to be able to start moving. And you can talk about the cute meta. I've talked about the cute meta for a long time. The cute meta is real. Like, as much as it is a little bit weird, a bunch of grown-ass men on here, like, it just makes sense. Cute transcends. You can't FUD cute. It's the same type of thing why I'm bullish on a lot of art in the space as well. You can't FUD art. Art is what art is. I appreciate that, Eric. Like, the autoglyphs are a great example, right? Autoglyphs that, let's go to X and see the exact stat on this. Autoglyph. Okay. So there was a 5,000 ETH autoglyph sale. Let's see. A full set of 10 autoglyphs, minted originally by Larva Labs, was sold to a distinguished private collector for 5,000 ETH. So $15 million sale. They purchased this in 2021 for, I think, $1.5 million. I'm trying to see exactly what it was. But, there are people that are going to look at this and they're like, somebody paid $15 million for dots on a screen? What the... Right? Like, it doesn't make sense to some people. They're like, I could do that, right? Like, I could put something out here and, make little lines to do that type of stuff. Like, give me 1 second. I'll write up the code. What they are missing, right? What comes along with the art is the history, right? The provenance of the collection. What did the artist use to actually create this? What went into the code? What was the inspiration? And the more that you spend time around it, as ironic as it sounds, it's like that whole meme where you've got the, if this was priced at 0.1 ETH or 0.01 ETH, everybody would laugh at it and say, what type of trash is this? 0.1 ETH, it's like, okay, like, still trash. 1 ETH, you're like, okay, these are actually... They kind of slap, right? Like, look at the differences between the output of the algorithm on this. It's kind of cool. I can kind of distinguish little shapes in these, right? Like, the 4 dick corners. But, all of a sudden, you're talking 10 ETH, 100 ETH. You're like, man, these are freaking grails, right? Like, the richness of the art behind this. And, like, did you see these were actually minted by Larva Labs? Like, there's a history that comes along with that. Art becomes unfuddable to a certain extent. And that's the thing about collecting art that I think is, again, just transcendent from a lot of different coins. It's a completely different perspective than what you get from going in and purchasing a coin, it's a completely different investment approach. Right? I mean, and as you start to get certain tools that are being implemented from the DeFi lending perspective, using NFTs as collateral, that's obviously been something that's slowly been growing in popularity with platforms like Blend. You're going to continue to see that grow. And guess what? It continues to become a bigger meta. And even though ERC 720s can't necessarily be fractionalized, you are going to have semi-fractionalization with some of these larger collections as different people figure out effective and efficient ways to be able to implement perp swaps against them. And, you know, like, the market will inherently continue to become more efficient as you have more opportunity, more capital inflow. Wisnu, yes, I do. Wisnu asked about, do you remember the pointillist technique of drawing using a large number of dots? Bro, that takes me back. So in my junior year of high school art class, I was in so many classes that year, and I had just this psychopath for my art professor, or my art teacher. I guess it wouldn't be professor in high school. And the high school calendar for the art, you know, that year was supposed to be using pointillist art. And I had this amazing picture that I drawing of a leopard, you know, hanging on a tree, doing whatever. And I kid you not, I was pointed out where I was supposed to be on the front page of that calendar. And, you know, like, I was the cover. But I was spending so much time on art, I was falling behind in some of the other classes that I was taking. And I was like, you know what? I'm taking an extra class. I want to drop this, and I want to be an office aide. So I have that office aide hour just to be able to study, do whatever stuff, and kind of have fun. And I did. And you want to know what my art teacher did with that drawing, as well as several other paintings that I'd done throughout the semester, all my supplies and everything else? After he heard I dropped, when I went to go collect all of my art and all my supplies the next week, he threw them away. He already threw them away. He was like, oh, I thought you didn't care about them because you obviously didn't care about this class. He was the most dramatic person I've ever met in my life. And like, that was the last pointillist drawing that I've ever done. I've never done one again. It was, you know, and that's what I think of when I think of that type of art. But yes. Am I still bullish on Miladies for the year? Yeah. Like Amos, I still am bullish on Miladies. I think, you know, again, what you're talking about, energy on the timeline, like, let's do a little experiment. How long do you think it's going to be for me to find a Milady if I just scroll through my feed? Okay, let's scroll. I give it 30 seconds tops. We're at like 5 right now. No Miladies yet. No Miladies yet. It's about 10 seconds. Still no Milady. Oh, shoot. We're about 15 seconds in. Still no Milady. Man, I don't know. Maybe 0 it is. We're at 20. Will it take 30? Oh, shoot. It's coming up. Dang. 30 seconds. And okay. We got it. Crypto finally on the... there we go. Miladies are present. Like, point being, I can go through my notifications. I'll find some Miladies hiding in here. I guarantee you there are going to be some Miladies hiding in here. Let's go to the Miladies chart. That's not it. No, I did not fly. I had a 4.0, Frank. Bro, I'm still bullish on this. Again, all because they haven't sent yet doesn't mean it takes much to get them to send. If anything, that's kind of bullish to me. You know, look at this weekly. Like, this is going to eventually just shoot straight up. You know, will it touch again to the 2 ETH area? Maybe. But that's the thing I'm trying to paint the picture of for y'all. You don't buy an NFT with the perspective of what will this be worth tomorrow? What will this be worth next week? Even what will this be worth next month? You want to think about what is the upside for this over the next year or two, right? Like that is the perspective that you need to have entering the NFT market, especially right now, right? If we were in the middle of the NFT bull market and we were full send, right? You'd have a lot of volume across the collections, and maybe you can start to think a little bit shorter term, but right now the market just strictly isn't liquid enough. Because of that, you have that downside pressure like what I was talking about, where floor price is a terrible metric to really capture what is the true value of a collection, because the slippage to be able to enter in with size at a certain aspect, you're just not necessarily going to get. Doesn't take a lot to be able to move it down in larger percentages, but from the flip side, again, doesn't take much to move it up in larger percentages either. I still see Miladies having the upside of where you're going to eventually have just one of these God candles and a break up to 10 ETH. So, back to the seals thing, like seals probably just from looking at the chart. Let's go back, check them out. I mean, dude, it's simple for me. This weekly with the lines a little bit skewed, but you can kind of tell with this line what's happening. Paints the general picture. Guess what happens when it touches the top band of this again? It's not looking back, right? You're going to get a boom, boom, maybe this and then send. How high could punks go this bull? Bro, punks are going to have a floor of 1 mil plus. Let's go to Kanpai Pandas, because I talked a little bit about pandas. We'll talk through a few different things. Pandas just broke out. I mean, again, you can see this in the chart. Like, I remember how much of a hard time I used to get on the timeline for looking at charts of NFTs, and become a lot more regular. But yeah, Panda's starting to send new all-time high as far as floor there. Love to see it. Okay, let's check out the CryptoPunks. You wanted to check it out. Let's check it out. Bro, same type of thing with this. Like, I don't know. I really think this is just eventually going to God Candle up as well. So I do think we'll see a new all-time high for ETH with punks. And then when you add that into, the direction of the price of where ETH is going, if you're bullish on both simultaneously, that's why this is almost a leverage bet on ETH. It's just a much higher beta play, right? Because not only is ETH the denominator, you also have this continuing to climb. So yeah, it's going to send. Hey, and one thing I promised to some of y'all degens in here that I know are asking why I am not talking about any ordinals, etc. I need to, and I promise you I will do that one of these upcoming streams, because I shamefully and regrettably am not as up to speed as I should be on the marketplace for what's happening there. And I am working on getting there, but, feel a little bit of shame for not being able to do it at the moment, but I'm going to. But I'm super bullish on everything in the ordinal space as well. Okay. Wait, the voice volume dropped. Can you still hear me? I saw somebody say that. If you have any issue hearing me, let me know. Yo, Wacky, what's going on, man? Good to have you here. Hot Steamy Buns, I agree. Dino Dicks are free right now on the soul side of things. Shout out to my man BTC Art. We're still going to get to the tip stuff here in a bit. Hey, quick pause, quick break. Go back to X. If you were new to the stream, go on here. I'm going to retweet it right now. That means you should be able to retweet it right now as well. Drop a like, drop a retweet, drop a comment. Even better, the more comments that you do, I'll even leave this up here on stream so I see who is commenting live. Gets more people in here, more fun. Let's send this over 100 viewers. Why not? And if you have not subbed, make sure to sub. You've got to sub to be able to join the chat as well. Whew. Park twice if you're in Milwaukee. I've never been to Milwaukee. I honestly don't have plans to go to Milwaukee, Teds. Okay. Appreciate that, y'all. Let's see any new comments. I'm going to stay on here until there's one new comment. Let's send it. Okay. Thank you, Ref. Thank you, Ref. I appreciate that. Skeebs, thank you for subbing, sir. Barrett Jinx, thank you for being in here. No Chill Gang, Wander Sound. Yes, sir. ARF, thank you, XR. Seal representing. I was wondering if we'd see any ARFs come in there. What the heaven? Whale interaction on your tweet? What do you mean by whale interaction on my tweet? I mean, like, if you're talking about people, like, I've got 621,000 followers. I should have a lot more interaction than that. So, okay. ETH did touch 3K and immediately bounced off it. RIP. It's going to keep sending. Elon, my ass, proud Kaleo follower. Thank you, Eric. More ARFs. All the ARFs today. Okay. We're going to go ahead and go back. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the NFTs that are happening right now. I'll give away tips here in a bit. You know, I'm going to give away, I said I was going to give away 1K in tips today. That's like, let's see what that is right now. I think 350,000 no chill is what I was planning on doing. Yeah, 350,000. So right now it's 919. You know, we might have to up it a little bit. We'll see. Okay. So looked at Milady. We looked at Crypto Punks. What else did I want to look at? You know, I kind of want to look at Squiggles. Chromie Squiggles. What the heck? Oh, well. I'm too lazy to figure it out on here. RIP. Okay. We'll look at something else then. What else should I look at on the NFT side of things? Creeps? Okay, I'll look at some creeps. I had a couple creeps at one point. I don't know why this only shows back to March or, let's see, February on here, but, you know, creeps look good. I'm not really plugged into the creep side of things, but from everything I've seen right now, one, the chart does look incredible. Two, I've seen a decent amount of stuff on the timeline, have a few friends that are plugged in with the creeps, so I'm not really sure what the meta there is, but, you know, they look good. Little Pudgies. Oh, yeah, duh. I needed to look at Pudgy Penguins. I said I was going to look at Pudgies. My biggest fumble that's not a fumble of my life. Because I knew what they were going to do. And I still love the Pudgies with everything in me. I had to capitulate my Pudgy bag because of FTX, RIP, Sam Bankman-Fried. I hate you forever for that. But, like, you know, it's part of life. Okay. Pudgies are, like, they're just up only. They're in price discovery right now. They're going to keep sending. There's not really much to say as far as looking at this chart, and just higher. You know, honestly, they probably consolidate in this 20 ETH range for a bit longer. If I had to guess, just looking at this, when they've hit these major milestones, there's a little bit of consolidation before moves higher. They probably spend a little bit longer, but, like, dude, they're going to 100 ETH plus. I don't need a chart to tell me that. But let's look at little pudgies. I mean, little pudgies, same thing, bro. Just look how clean. When you're talking about how NFT collections can send, that's why looking at these pudgy charts are beautiful. I'm just saying, first time I show littles, this whole range, lot of little pudgies and big pudgy holders because of Kaleo. But yeah, it doesn't take much to really send. You know, this is a 20K collection, or it is a 20K collection. Trust me on that. I have a little higher than 20K. Like, I actually think it's supposed to be closer to 22. There's still a few little pudgies that haven't been claimed. But again, little pudgies honestly probably run up a bit higher right now versus bigs for the short term. There's going to be a little bit of a catch up parity trade there just because it's a cheaper entry into the ecosystem. Same with ROGs. Let's go. Okay. I mean, obviously, my collection is the stonks. I am going to show it because I love the stonks. You should too. Stonks over the past couple days slowly been moving up. You know, you can see since the beginning of the month, there was this giant, you know, a whale had to capitulate his position. It's basically been up only since then. One more liquidation, then up only, right? So, you know, sitting there at that 0.2 ETH. But bro, they're going to keep sending. It's that simple. Same type of thing as seals, right? Whenever they hit up here to that 0.3, like, I don't think they're looking back. I think there are going to be a lot of people with a bunch of these different type of collections that say, okay, I had 2 years to accumulate in that range, and I decided not to. Like, stonks are going to send. You know, last day is under 0.2. Okay, let's see. What next? Check out some AVAX NFTs. Puneeth, I will next time. I'll add that on, right? Like I said I was going to talk about ordinals. I'll get on Hyperspace and check out some AVAX NFTs for next time. I don't feel bad shilling. Like I'll talk about how AVAX, their highest value piece right now, are Dokios. Dokios are a little over 40 AVAX for the floor. Imagine having a chain with that much traction that's, you know, has a collection that their top piece, their top collection's only a little over half an ETH. Like, I feel like it's a no-brainer as far as those sending a lot higher. And, you know, you can go from there and find a lot of tertiary collections that I think will do well along with that on AVAX. So let's see. You know, yeah, there's some 404s out there that are, you know, we've talked a little bit about ERC 404s on here, where ERC 404s, I mean, bro, I think they have the potential to be huge with the fractionalization aspect of NFTs, but I don't know, man. There are two things. There are two issues I have with 404s. I'm going to talk about the downside first. Number one, unaudited, right? It's an unaudited contract. It's not an official EIP yet. So I've seen enough things with that type of standard that, you know, like, I'll feel a lot better about them when they are audited. But that's also where the upside comes, right? Because they are so new, a lot of the stuff that's there, you know, if it is proven to be a safe standard, a safe contract standard, then, you know, there's probably going to be a lot more of that implementation coming up this next bull market. Some of the pros for what it offers with fractionalization are also potential cons. Because I feel like there's not as much ownership in the collection. It becomes almost like more of a shitcoin, right? What makes NFTs special is the fact that you have so much ownership over that individual piece that there's this level of pride that I don't feel like you can achieve with a fractionalized percent ownership, right? So it's early enough, though, that just because of the hype, that's going to carry it on. And a lot of these early collections, if the standard survives, are going to be valuable just from a provenance perspective. But outside of that, like, it's just, I don't know. I'm not as much of a fan in that, but it's, you know, it's cool seeing innovation. So I'm watching it closely to see where it goes. Yeah, I think it's quite safe also, Skeebs. I'm not gonna say like but there is like that small percentage risk, you know? And a small percentage risk, as much as, you know, you say quite safe, like small percentage risk in this space could mean losing everything. So, let's see. You know, I think it's about tip time here in a bit. So I'm going to go through, drop some tips, say I need to. If you do not have an Arena account, go to the description underneath this video, sign up for the Arena. It takes like 5 seconds. And I'm going to go through the timeline and drop some tips in No Chill. So, you know, Christy was shouting this out. I'm going to give her some No Chill. Or him, whatever. There's 10,000 No Chill. How much did I just give Christy? That's 26 bucks. Dude, here's my deal. I'm gonna just go out here and say this. Like, there's some small market cap, and I mean like micro caps in here. I'm not riding with any of them. I just don't think there's enough liquidity right now across the market to ride with a lot of the things that are super small market caps that people are talking about. So I'm not doing it. I'll send you 10,000. Okay, let's see. If anybody is like brand new, let me know. Let me know and I'll drop you a tip. Like I said, I'm gonna just keep dropping these. Which right now, bro, I will shill this in the stream still with it being a low space, only 100 people in here. I still think No Chill is just gonna send from here. Like, dude, it's just so obvious. In a sea of red across a lot of the space today. Like, you know, it's an outlier. Chart looks great. I think it sends. I'm obviously biased. I have a big bag. Like, but I think the culture aspect is just too good, right? Like, being able to come here, do this, it's too good. There's some people that have been paid over 50 bucks or 100 bucks just for like attending these streams. Okay, anytime I see the word boss, I automatically assume they're a bot. I can't. Okay, that's like 50K that I've given out. Still got to give away more. Okay, I want to check who's in my Arena chat right now. Give away some more. I'll give away some to this dude. Shout out to him for being in the Kaleo chat. Let's go to Finn. We'll tip Finn again. I got to take care of the OGs in there first. All right. I'll give some here. We're just hooking the people up, man. Like the best way to give Spicy a little bit more. Spicy's been active in here. Again, you can do whatever you want with these, but I would hold them. I just have a feeling, man. I have a feeling that we're going to keep sending. We'll see. Let's see. For the culture. I also refuse to participate in any arena ICO type things. I just think it, like, I don't know, man. They seem sketch to me. That's just me. Oh yeah, I need to talk about the airdrop. For somebody asked a question how that works. That's a great question. So the arena does have an airdrop where you can earn points for, and you earn points basically by participating either on the timeline. You don't have to buy tickets, you can, but you also earn points just by, obviously by buying tickets, having some locked AVAX in the TVL. Multiple ways to be able to do that, and eventually this is going to translate into some type of token. And as far as the timeline for them letting us know when that transition and what the tokenomics, etc., are going to be, if I had to guess, there's been a lot of pressure on these guys to get an answer because, it kind of becomes a moot point to keep anything invested in tickets without knowing. And like, they're going to let us know apparently soon. They keep talking about it. They've been hinting toward it. I think they're going to drop something on it after V2 is released. So we're just sending out money to the people. All right, Mateo, I got you. No problem, Rock. No problem at all. It's fun being able to just give away money, honestly. Sharing the love, it makes it a lot more fun. All right, I'll do it. Happy birthday if it really is. I got you, bro. There you go. All right, hooking more up. Why not? Yo, Eric, welcome in, bro. You know what? your first time in here, right? There, I think. You got 32 bucks. I don't see any real posts from Denial, so I can't do it. What? All right, Kill Strike, I got you. UCup, you haven't posted anything new since last time. I'll give you like a little bit, but keep making content. Let's see. All right, I got you. You seem like a real person. I got you. Enjoy the stimmy. I'm telling you, by the next time I do this, like the next leg up this has, I'm gonna be doing 1/10 of the amount in tips that I do, at least in terms of this, because it's like, you know, right now, 4,200.69 tip is 11 bucks. Like, you know, if this pulls a 5 or 10x, it's 50 to 100 bucks. So I might end up having to only do 1/10 of that coming up. There you go. Got it. I got you, Puneeth. Okay, who else do I need to hook up on here? Let's see. Hey, you got to make an original post, my man. I mean, I'll give you some, but got to make an original post as well. That's still, you know, it's still a couple bucks. Keep grinding. I mean, I'll be on here doing this more. Oh yeah, I already. I thought I already tipped you. Okay, just a few more. A few more for the culture. All right, Jake, I'll hook you up. See, I don't know, man. Like giving money away, it's fun. And bro, you know the thing is, it's like I know there are people that have more of this stuff than I do on here, and they're just stingy little bitches. Like that's what it comes down to. You know, you got to share the love, especially with something like a meme coin that's so small. At this point, this market cap, the only way it grows is through acts of generosity and like building that community, and you know, like just I don't know, man. You gotta share the vibes. Give Wolfie a small tip. If you haven't been selected, you know, it is what it is. You know, I like not always gonna get everybody. Just is what it is. If it happens, it happens. Bro, you got 0 followers. I'm sorry, I can't do it. You can't look like a bot. Can't look like a bot to get it. Okay. You kind of seem like a real person. I'll give you a little tip. And we'll share the love. Hey, you can't complain about what you get, man. Like, you could have got nothing, so you complain about it, I'll never give anything to you again. I'm sorry. A gift is a gift. Okay, my man NASA subscribed to me, which there's really 0 benefit to subscribing to my ex. There, I'll pay for a couple months of your subscription. Okay, that's been fun. I'll do one with, I'll give Wacky one also, why not? Okay. Yeah, beggars can't be choosers. That's it.
Welcome to Area B in Big Booty Land.
We'll give Jason a nice little tip.
Destination: a planet far, far away, where Big Booty
Um,
is just a boy.
Give Mark a tip.
We're happy to have you. The time for departure has come. We look forward to your
Oh, was there an announcement about Dokio badges? That's kind of cool. I'm telling you, Dokios are going to be big on the AVAX side.
liftoff in T-3,
Oh, that's cool.
1.
Kind of overdue, in my opinion. Okay. I think I already gave you one, but... Don't know. Bro, if you mistakenly... Here's the deal. I'm sorry. I feel bad, but I also don't... If you mistakenly sent your coin to a contract address where the ownership was renounced by the team, like, they can't send it back to you. That's effectively burning the supply by doing that. So that's sad. I'm sorry, but you got to be more careful. You know, there are some expensive lessons in this place, and just part of it. So You know, RIP. Live and you learn. Still plenty of time to be able to make a comeback. Okay, I'm done. I'll send out some more throughout the day if you're on the timeline. Don't worry, I've got more that I want to send out, but I'm done on here because kind of also gets tiresome, right? Like just seeing people in the comments just begging, going through, doing a tip. Like, it's fun. It's more fun to do it organically throughout the day, though. So if you're on here, just make some comment. You know, drop in the comments, do whatever, make content on there, buy some tickets, and I'll keep tipping you. You know. You know, hey, if you buy my ticket, usually buy some more. So, or I mean, I usually tip pretty fat back to you. But yeah, you know, point being, again, covered a lot of basics today. We're going higher. This is a great position to be buying, just continuing to averaging your way in high conviction bets, being patient. NFTs are going to keep sending. Wonky stonks are inevitable. And yeah, you know, like, we had a really, really solid stream, being able to maintain numbers today. Appreciate you guys going. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep doing more of this down the road. If I missed you today, you know, hey, there's always next time. I'll be back doing more of these. What's the playlist, NASA? I play big booty playlists during this a lot of the time, mainly because I would do full-length songs. But if you do full-length songs, you get cited for a lot of copyright infringement. So these typically have short enough clips you can play them consecutively like this, these type of mixes, without running into any type of copyright infringement. So yeah, that's the main reason why I do. And they're also high energy. I like them. You know, there's some good songs mixed in. So yeah, appreciate y'all coming in. We'll be back next time. Y'all take it easy.
Gimme a man after midnight. Want somebody help me chase the shadows away. Gimme a man after midnight. Take me through the darkness to the break of the day. We'll all float on, looking